precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. Authorities urge people to get vaccinated without delay. Sri Lanka's highest COVID-19 caseload and deaths reported yesterday. A meeting to decide on extending the quarantine curfew will be held tomorrow. The IGP said that criminal investigations are being carried out confidentially at present over the Easter Sunday attacks. The Foreign Minister invited Germany to further optimize investment and trade opportunities in Sri Lanka. Minister of Trade Bandula Gunawardena says the general public could purchase relief essential good packages at nominal rates of 1,998. In news overseas, UK and US issue Kabul airport warning. Local news in detail. Authorities urge people to get vaccinated without delay. Vaccination is the best way to control the spread of COVID-19. The vast majority of the deaths reported in the world are unvaccinated people. People who are with chronic diseases should pay special attention in this regard. Pregnant women are also advised to get vaccinated without delay. 4,483 coronavirus cases have been detected in Sri Lanka yesterday, raising the number of confirmed infections to 407,768. The epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health said 50,890 persons are currently receiving treatment for coronavirus at several facilities across the country. 2,163 persons who recovered from COVID-19 were discharged from hospitals yesterday, raising the number of recoveries in the country to 348,930. 4,227 suspected COVID-19 cases are also under medical observation at present. Sri Lanka has registered 198 more COVID-19 related fatalities confirmed by the Director General of Health Services on Tuesday. This marks the 10th consecutive day that the daily count of COVID-19 deaths surpassed 100. The new development has pushed the official death toll from the virus outbreak in Sri Lanka to 7,948. According to the data released by the Department of Government Information, the latest victims include 119 males and 79 females. One among the victims is aged below 30 years, while 51 of them are aged between 30 to 59 years and 146 others are aged 60 and above. Director General of Health Services Dr. Asela Gunawardena says a meeting to decide on extending the quarantine curfew will be held tomorrow. The meeting will be held tomorrow morning under the chairmanship of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa with the participation of senior officials of the Ministry of Health, three forces, civil groups, ministers and other relevant stakeholders. A final decision will be taken at this meeting. Meanwhile, the police said the quarantine law will be strictly imposed during the quarantine curfew period. Inspector General of Police C.D. Vikramaratne said that the series of bomb attacks on Easter Sunday in 2019 was not an isolated criminal activity orchestrated by Zahran Hashim and his group within a short period of time. Delivering a special statement on the progress of the investigations into the incident, the IGP stated that several events that led up to the carnage, including the time bomb attack on a house in Katankudi, murder of two constables on duty at Vavanathivu roadblock, Buddhist statues vandalism in Mavanala and recovery of explosives from Vanathavilua indicate that it was pre-planned. Previously, these incidents were probed as isolated incidents. The IGP pointed out, adding that the lack of coordination between the investigating units led to a missed opportunity to reveal the connection between the events. The investigating officers failed to realize that these were the doings of a terrorist organization that was a threat to the national security, he noted. Speaking further, IGP Vikramaratne said at the initial stage of the inspections, then CID officers failed to conduct an in-depth investigation into the incident as they were aiming to identify the suspects soon to wrap it up within a short period of time. He added that 723 persons have been arrested in relation to the 2019 bombings thus far. 311 suspects among the group are still in custody. IGP C.D. Vikramaratne said the attacks carried out on the 21st of April 2019 were not planned within a short time frame by Zahran Hashim and his crew. The IGP said when analysing incidents that occurred before the bombings on Easter Sunday, they can come to a conclusion that coordinated attacks were planned over a lengthy period of time. IGP Vikramaratne said 100,000 phone records have also been examined in relation to the attacks. He said at present criminal investigations are being carried out confidentially. The IGP said therefore proving detailed information to the general public could compromise the judicial proceedings related to the bombings. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news. We continue with more stories here at home. Minister of Trade Bandula Gunawardena says the general public could purchase relief essential good package at a nominal rate of 1,998. They can also get this pack down to their doorstep by dialing the hotline 1998. The actual price of this pack in the market is 2,600. The goods will be delivered to the doorstep through free transport service during the quarantine curfew period. Colombo District Secretary Pradeep Yasaratne said that only those who had been given both jabs of the vaccines would be allowed for mobile trading in the Colombo district during the quarantine curfew period. He said that the decision was taken to ensure safety of both the vendors and the customers as COVID-19, including Delta variant, is rampant in Colombo. He disclosed that 12,294 mobile traders and 1,489 wholesale business outlets have been registered in the Colombo district, covering 13 divisional secretaries. That's on local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to Sri Lanka, Holger Lothar Seubert, paid a courtesy call on Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Peiris yesterday at the Foreign Ministry in Colombo. At the meeting, Foreign Minister Peiris underscored the significance and multifaceted nature of Sri Lanka-Germany bilateral ties, ranging from political, economic relations to long-standing cultural links and people-to-people contacts. Ambassador Seubert highlighted the vibrant and productive cooperation existing between the two countries, both bilaterally and multilaterally. He also referred to the success of the recently concluded political consultations between Sri Lanka and Germany, which covered a wide range of sectors. Referring to the strong presence of reputed German companies in Sri Lanka, the Foreign Minister invited Germany to further optimize investment and trade opportunities in Sri Lanka towards mutual benefit.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watchlight, Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance will be launching a webinar series titled Conservation Tourism on Friday at 10:30 a.m. Sri Lanka time that will discuss why conservation of Sri Lanka's nature and wildlife matters to the future sustainability of Sri Lanka's tourism industry. The webinar will also be broadcast live on the Sri Lanka Tourism Alliance Facebook page. That came to you on Watchlight. Moving on to world news headlines. UK and US issue Kabul airport warning. US intelligence report over coronavirus origins is inconclusive. Thai police chief known as Joe Ferrari wanted over viral torture clip. World news in detail. The US and UK have warned its citizens to move away from Kabul airport and avoid traveling there due to security threats. Both countries issued alerts late on Wednesday as thousands of people are still waiting inside and outside the airport, waiting to fly out. More than 82,000 have been airlifted from Kabul, which fell to the Taliban 10 days ago. Countries are rushing to evacuate people by a 31st August deadline. The Taliban have opposed extending the deadline, but also promised to allow foreigners and Afghans to leave the country beyond 31st August, according to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. A U.S. intelligence report requested by President Biden into the origins of the coronavirus pandemic is inconclusive, U.S. media reports say. Agencies are reportedly divided on whether the virus first seen in China was the result of a natural spillover from animals to humans or was caused by a laboratory accident. A summary of the report is expected to be published in the coming days. China's foreign minister has dismissed the report as anti-science. Wang Yi said Washington had ignored and abandoned research carried out by the World Health Organization for a report that would only service its political purposes. The pandemic, which has claimed more than 4 million lives around the world, began in the Chinese city of Wuhan in early 2020. Finally, on world news, investigators in Thailand are hunting for a now-sacked police chief after a video went viral showing the apparent torture and killing of a drug suspect. Police searched the Bangkok luxury estate of Titisan Uttaraphon, widely known by the nickname Joe Ferrari. He and 6 others are accused over the fatal incident earlier this month. CCTV footage posted online appears to show the suspect being ordered to pay $60,000 to have charges dropped before he is suffocated with a plastic bag. On Wednesday, a search of the police chief's mansion in Bangkok revealed 13 luxury cars. That came to you on World News.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
The Consular Affairs and Overseas Sri Lankan's divisions of the Foreign Ministry authenticates various documents through the electronic documentation attestation system, which was implemented in 2017, facilitating Sri Lankans to travel abroad mainly for job employment and higher studies. Under pre-COVID-19 environment, more than 1,000 service seekers from different areas of the country obtained assistance daily through this system. The electronic document attestation is carried out through an innovative digital platform aimed at improving and streamlining the service with speedy process, which is linked in real time with Sri Lankan missions abroad, foreign missions based in Colombo, regional consular offices, as well as other government institutes. That came to you on Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
And on sports news, it's soccer. England captain Harry Kane says he will be staying at Tottenham this summer and is 100% focused on helping the team achieve success. Manchester City were keen to sign Kane, who believed he had a gentleman's agreement with chairman Daniel Levy to leave Spurs this summer. But Levy has refused to enter into negotiations for the striker's 28. Kane played his first game of the season on Sunday, coming on as a substitute in a 1-0 win over Wolves.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
America's third largest airline, Delta, is to impose a $200 monthly surcharge on employees who are not vaccinated against COVID-19. It will also only pay sick pay to COVID sufferers who have been double jabbed but still get infected. Boss Ed Bastian said it would help them to the aggressive spread of coronavirus as infections rise across the U.S. It is the latest attempt by a big firm to cajole staff into getting jabbed. In a memo to staff, Mr. Bastian said Delta's surcharge would apply from the 1st of November to staff enrolled in its healthcare insurance plan, meaning most of its 75,000 workers will be affected. He said the average hospital stay for COVID-19 now cost Delta $50,000 per person, which was untenable. That's on Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The World Bank has halted funding for projects in Afghanistan after the Taliban seized control of the country. It cited concerns over how the Taliban's takeover will affect the country's development prospects, especially for women. The move comes just days after the International Monetary Fund suspended payments to Afghanistan. The Biden administration has also frozen the assets of Afghanistan's central bank that are held in the U.S.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And on the weather update, the showery condition over the southwestern part of the island is likely to enhance during the next few days. Showers will occur at times in western Sabaragamu, central and northwestern provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in Sabaragamu province and in Kalutura, Galle, Mathura, Kandy and Nuwara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in Hambantota district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in Nuvo province and in Ampara and Batikla districts after 2 p.m. Fairly strong gusty winds up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected in the western slope of the Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in Hambantota and Trincomalee districts. Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines. Authorities urge people to get vaccinated without delay. Sri Lanka's highest COVID-19 caseload and deaths reported yesterday. A meeting to decide on extending the quarantine curfew will be held tomorrow. The IGP said that criminal investigations are being carried out confidentially at present over the Easter Sunday attacks. The Foreign Minister invited Germany to further optimize investment and trade opportunities in Sri Lanka. Minister of Trade Bandula Gunawardena says the general public could purchase the relief essential good package at a nominal rate of 1,998 rupees. News overseas, UK and US issue Kabul airport warning. With that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news, and it's back to Geethanjali this morning to give you some good company for the next few hours.